my go-to drink when I go to a new bar that I've not tried before, because I want to see if they can balance these ingredients together before I start looking at other drinks that they may have created for themselves. So it's a good test. I think it's also a good test of the home bartender as well. So you should be able to make a ratio of sour and spirit and everything else that suits you. Now, you have to find your own balance, because like I said in my daiquiri video, there isn't a set ratio for everybody. Okay, I like my drinks pretty sharp, other people like them a bit more sweet. So I suggest you should find your ratio. A lot of people like to go 3 to 2 to 1, so they go 3 strong, so 3 of the whiskey, 2 parts of the sour, the lemon juice, and 1 part of the sugar. I up the alcohol a bit more and the lemon because I like mine, like I said, strong and a bit sharp, but I suggest you find your own ratio. Dale DeGroff actually told me years ago that a great bartender should be able to make these well-balanced recipes, but also know how to tailor them to their individual guest needs. And that's the same thing if you're entertaining at home. If you find out your perfect ratio, then you should be able to make the drink the way you like it and maybe change it a little bit for your guests as well. So let's crack on and make one. So I'm going to use 45 mils of American whiskey, bourbon. So that's 15 and 30 and 45 on my handy little measure. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to add in the same amount of lemon for me, so that's going to be another 45 mils of lemon in there too. There it goes. And then just 15 of sugar syrup, so that's a 3 to 1 sweet to sour ratio there. And then obviously we need to add in the egg white. So I'm going to go with roughly half an egg, so that's about 15 mils of egg white, which I prepared earlier. And then I'm going to add in 1 dash of aromatic bitters into there, like so. I'm going to add some more later as part of the garnish, so that'll explain that too. Now we're going to give this a dry shake, so that's obviously no ice, so just dry, and we're going to emulsify the egg white. So just be a little bit careful when you're doing this, because sometimes you can get a reaction in the shaker, and I have seen it pop open, so just make sure you've got a good grip on it, and you'll see you've got a really nice froth in there now. Okay, right, then what we're going to do is add the ice in and then give it the wet shake. So here we go with the ice. And now we can give it a more traditional wet shake. Fantastic, there we go. It's looking rich and frothy already. And then we're going to strain this into our glass. Like so. As you can see, we've got a really nice foam to that because we did the dry shake before the wet shake. There we go. Like I said before, some people like to drop a cherry in. That's kind of traditional. I don't really like the flavour of that in my whiskey sour. I do like the flavour of those cherries very much so, but in other drinks, not necessarily in this one. So on this occasion, I'm actually going to put 3 dashes of the aromatic bitters on the top of the drink. Then to make it look fancy, I'm just simply going to drag this cocktail stick through the dots. It gives you a lovely kind of love heart shape to it. Just finishes it off nicely. And there you go. That's how I made my whiskey sour.